touching on those trauma pieces, that's another thing that happens with trauma. Some part of us splits off and goes into one of these unseen realities, and oftentimes stays there. It doesn't get retrieved. And I'm saying these realities as if it's something outside of us, but really it's something that is in our subconscious, our all-encompassing subconscious. So it's still within us. It's just disconnected from our main conduit of our being. Okay, so a lot of times we are engaging in this 3D reality based on a false construct that we've made, in order to keep us safe, in order to keep us acceptable, in order to keep us in a certain spectrum of expression that's not too risky, and ideally, this is the ego driver's job, not to get us traumatized again, right? So a lot of people are waking up to that they want to be authentic but can't. They, even though they want to with all of their heart, but they, for some reason, they can't bust through it. All right. And this is part of those reasons. This is part of why, is that you need to give that part of you a reason to be here. Why is being home in the here and now more attractive than being off in, say, the Fey realm, or being off in this alternate reality that you have going on in your subconscious, right? So it's a very honest conversation that needs to take place with those aspects of you. And the point isn't to bulldoze these parts of you that are having a hard time being present with the realities of the here and now. It's really about coming to a consensus with that part of who you are, and realizing that that part of you has needs, that part of you has desires. And if you're on board with those needs and desires, using your manifestation abilities, your creation abilities to meet those needs and desires, then that part of you is going to be more likely to come home from those alternate realities that you've constructed. Okay. So, so you create things not in the physical realm. The creation starts as an idea, as an imagination. Okay. And the willingness to bring what is in your imagination into the physical realm is where that piece right there is where a lot of us get tripped up, because we imagine, and then we layer all these false beliefs about creation in there and about who we are in there, and we don't pay attention to the deep voices inside of us that are contributing into the creation of what we're imagining. So like dear brother Trick Named Jim's example, imagining a world internally, externally, with a joyful reality without conflict. Now, that's a dream. That is, I have a dream. And now the I have the dream is a matrix now in the quantum. It's a matrix that's probably tangible to you, I imagine, young Trick. And when you source from that and align all the pieces, parts of you to that, then others in this that share that matrix, that share that dream, get drawn into your life, into our lives, where we can then collaborate. We can work together. We can get together and use our group dreaming qualities to bring that much more inertia into manifesting, into the creation of what we want. Now, this world is not just one world. This is many, many worlds layered on top of each other. So each action that we take that is in alignment with the matrix of that dream, in alignment with what we created in the quantum, that brings it through another layer. And then it's sitting there working for a little bit until we heal more inside of ourselves or unify more within ourselves. And then we come to the next layer. And eventually, as more and more people join us in this dream, more and more people agree with us, that we have a consensus, right? More and more people come into consensus with this dream, then we are that much closer to bringing it through each of those layers of reality until eventually we see it manifest in this world